What's up guys, I'm going to do another video, and I got some pretty crazy news today, so I'm just going to hop into it. So it has been leaked that this year there's going to be 3 new Xbox Ones coming out, and there'll be a more powerful Xbox One coming out next year. So within the next full year, we'll be getting 4 new Xbox Ones. 2 of them aren't going to be necessarily for gaming, they're going to be smaller ones for streaming, and then the other 2 are for gaming. They're basically just upgraded versions of the current Xbox One that we have. So the first one is a Xbox One sort of streaming stick. It's been said that it's going to be like the size of a Chromecast or an Amazon Fire, just kind of like a little HDMI dongle, and it's supposed to be around $100, and it's supposed to be like streaming only, so I think it's going to be like an extension of the Miracast function, and so you can basically do what the Chromecast does. You can stream YouTube or whatever's on your phone, anything you want to it, and that's what Microsoft's answer to the Amazon Fire or Google Chromecast would be. The next Xbox is the Xbox One Mini. It said that it's going to be the size of a lunchbox, of a small lunchbox, so I'm thinking maybe like the size of a Roku or a Apple TV, and it's supposed to be around $150 to $175, and it has more functionality than the streaming stick, but not quite as much functionality as like a full-blown Xbox One would. And it's meant to play games compared to the streaming stick. The streaming stick is only like streaming only, but this one can play games. But we're not talking about like Halo 5. We're talking about like Angry Birds and little like kind of mobile game stuff you'd find on the Windows Store. And it's also supposed to be a kind of like a media center, so like a home media system, and it's supposed to be Microsoft's answer to the Apple TV. And it's going to be like a full set-top box that you can use to stream Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, pretty much anything you want, but you can also use it to kind of play games. So if you don't want to be streaming something from your phone, this is kind of like an Xbox One without all the gaming features involved. And the next one we have is the Xbox One 4K. So this one is supposed to be 40% smaller than the current Xbox One, which the current Xbox One is 438.5 cubic inches. And so if you make that 40% smaller, that'd be 263 cubic inches. And just for comparison, the PlayStation 4, current PlayStation 4 I should say, is 272.16 cubic inches. So this new 40% smaller Xbox One will be barely smaller than the current PlayStation 4, and it's also supposed to be cheaper than the current Xbox One, according to Kotaku. Also, with the going back to the size thing real fast, it will probably still have the external power supply, power brick thing, like all the other Xboxes do. It probably won't have it built in like the PlayStation 4 does, but you know, I just thought I'd throw that out there. So it's going to be cheaper than the current Xbox One. There's been so many great deals on Xbox Ones. You can get them for pretty cheap now. But I think that this is going to be around $300. I don't see them doing it anywhere in the 200 range, but $300 seems like a pretty good guess, because the current retail price for an Xbox One is $350. It will also be said to include a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is really nice, and it will also include a new redesigned controller that Microsoft will announce and reveal at E3, and possibly in a new color. So it's not going to be nothing too crazy, but it's kind of just like a redesigned, updated controller in some new colors. And it's also said to output media natively in 4K, but it'll upscale games to 4K. So you won't be playing, you know, any of your brand new games in 4K. You won't be playing like The Division in 4K resolution. You'll be playing it in whatever the resolution of the game is, upscaled to 4K. So if you watch YouTube or Netflix or Hulu or whatever, that will be native 4K. All media or in video and stuff like that will be native 4K, but it'll upscale games to 4K. It was also set to release in August, so this is basically the PlayStation Neo's biggest competitor right now, because the PlayStation Neo is said to output media in 4K but upscale games to 4K, and you know, provide a little bit better frame rates. But this is apparently Microsoft's answer to that, but Microsoft isn't done yet. We have another Xbox One that is set to come out sometime in like 2017, and it is codenamed Scorpio, and it is said to do 4K gaming and video. So it's not going to be upscaling games to 4K, it'll run them natively at 4K, and also, you know, video natively at 4K. And it's said that it can technically support and work with the Oculus Rift, so this might be, even though it's not like an official partnership announced or anything right now, this could be Microsoft's answer and response to the PlayStation VR. So this will be Microsoft's or the Xbox's version of it. But then again, the PlayStation VR is only $400, whereas the Oculus Rift is like $700 or $800. It's gonna be quite a lot more expensive, but I'll have a separate video talking more in depth about the Scorpio. So basically all you have to know about it right now is that one, it'll be coming out sometime in 2017, and two, it'll be an upgraded Xbox One set to be like 4 times more powerful than the current one, and that it'll run video games in 4K and also video in 4K. So there you guys go. Tell me what you guys think of this in the comments down below. I'm super pumped for this. I don't think the 2 streaming Xbox Ones will be very relevant to gamers unless, you know, you have a Chromecast or something like that, or you want something similar to that. It is mostly meant for home consumers, you know, living room consumers, and just kind of like as a living room box. Whereas the 2 new Xbox Ones that gamers would really care about are the Xbox One 4K and the Xbox One Scorpio. So tell me what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Be sure to go check out my other video talking more in depth about the Xbox One Scorpio, and I'll see you guys in the next video.